Hello students, welcome to Biology Bites. Let's simplify biology. Myself Sadhna Bajpayee, and today we will discuss about animal tissue. Tissue is the second chapter of class 9th as you all know. Now today we will discuss about animal tissue. So animal tissue, they are of four types: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, and nervous tissue. We will study about all of them one by one in detail also. So epithelial tissue, they are basically of six types. That is simple squamous epithelium tissue, stratified squamous epithelial tissue, columnar epithelial tissue, ciliated columnar epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and glandular epithelium. And if we will talk about the muscular tissue, they are of three types: striated muscles, non-striated muscles, and cardiac muscles. If we will see the connective tissue which are present in the human body, they are connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, fluid connective tissue. In connective tissue proper, they are again three types: areolar tissue, adipose tissue, and fibrous tissue. If we will talk about the supportive connective tissue, they are cartilage and bone. And the fluid connective tissue, blood and lymph. So we will discuss about all these one by one. Okay, now squamous epithelial tissue. As you can see, in squamous epithelial tissue, the shape is not defined. You can see the shape is not defined. It is having any various shape. So they are known as squamous epithelial tissue. Basically, the epithelium tissue, they are giving protection to the body, to the skin, to the other part of your body, protection to the organs. Clear? Then where these squamous epithelial tissues are present, it is very important to know, you have to learn this, that in which part of your body these particular tissues are located. So the squamous epithelial tissue, they are present in esophagus. It is also known as food pipe. Then lining of your mouth, even you are having the practical of taking out or seeing the cheek cell which are squamous in shape, and even the skin, it is made up of squamous epithelium. Clear? Now if we will talk about the cuboidal tissue, the cuboidal tissue, as you can see that cube shape is there, and these cube shape is again, it is giving the protection. So where these cuboidal epithelial tissue are present, you should know the name, or you should know the part. The cuboidal epithelium tissue, they are present in the lining of kidney. Then another part is very important part, they are present in salivary glands which are helping in the digestion of the salivary glands, which release the saliva, help in digestion of starch. Then pancreatic ducts, again pancreas, which is responsible for digestion. Then ovary, and of course the thyroid gland or thyroid follicles. So here you will see the cuboidal epithelium tissue. If we will talk about the columnar, you can see columns are there. दिख रहे हैं अलग अलग column types के. So these are columnar epithelial tissue. Actually, the shape is different. According to the shape, the names are given. Now, columnar epithelial tissue, where they are present, these are present in the inner surface of the intestine. You know, I think, what is the function of intestine? It helps in digestion of the food. The final digestion takes place where? Inside the intestine. So there, which type of tissues are present? They are present the columnar, and even the stomach, which is also the bag-like structure where the food going from esophagus, gallbladder, it is the organ which is storing the bile juices which are coming from the liver. Okay, now if we will talk about the ciliated epithelium. So you can see in the figure that these cells, they are more or less long are there, but they are having some hair-like structure. These hair-like structure are called what? Cilia. And they are located in a particular part of your body. And they perform a very important function. If they are not present, then few things cannot be done. And they are present in the fallopian tube of the first one is, they are present inside the fallopian tube. So in the fallopian tube, these cells help in movement of ovum from the ovary to the uterus. Then inside the trachea also. It is present in the trachea also. Trachea means windpipe, and help in the movement, inward movement of the gases, or it is present in the nasal passage also. So as a result, what it will do, it will help in the movement of air inside, or directing the air to the inside of the lungs. Okay, now let us discuss about the next connective tissue, which is also known as the proper connective tissue. Areolar tissue, it is a part of connective tissue. Connective tissue means which are present in between the cell, and it is present in all part of your body. Okay, so areolar tissue, what is, you can see, as you can see in the figure, they are fibrous in shape, and they are actually connecting the whole organ to the skin. Your organs are, you can see, they are fiber like. So the skin is connecting all the organ with them with the help of areolar tissue. And these areolar tissue, they are also called the loose connective tissue. They are also called loose connective tissue. Okay, or it is also known as the packaging tissue or packing tissue. They are also called packing tissue. Yeah. And what it will do, it actually helps to keep the organs, various organ in its position. Keep the organ, various organs we are having inside the body, they will remain in place at their own place. हम कितना भी उछले कूदे और somersault नहीं करे, कुलाटी मारे, फिर भी क्या होता है, कोई organ अपनी जगह नहीं बदलता. क्यों? क्योंकि ये आपके सारे के सारे organs आपकी skin से attach होते हैं with the help of areolar tissue. Clear? The next one is adipose tissue. So these tissue, what they will do? They will store the fat. You can see these tissue, what they will store? They will store the fat. And this fat is very necessary for the body. Why? Because fat cells, they are acting as a storehouse of the energy. They will store the energy. In emergency times, this fat is converted into the usable form. It will simplify it and the human can use it. Again, the importance is that it will maintain the body temperature. That's why the penguin, they are having a thick layer of adipose tissue. And this adipose tissue gives protection from the cold. Okay, and these adipose tissue are actually, they are the shock absorbing cushion. These fat tissue or these adipose tissues are surrounding all the organs. They are present around all the organ of our body and giving protection to them. Clear? Now, if we will talk about the fibrous tissue, they are tendon and ligament. So as you can see, this is one bone and this is the other bone. These two bones are, you can, sorry, these are the muscles and these are the bone. So your bone and muscles, they are attached with a special tissue that is called tendon. Okay, so tendon and ligament, they are the fibrous tissue which help in the attachment or connecting two different type of tissue. So muscle is one type of tissue and this bone is another type of tissue. Both the tissue, they will combine or they will fix with one another with a fibrous tissue known as tendon. And or you can say in short, the skeletal muscles are attached to the bone with the help of the skeletal muscles attached to the bones with the help of this fibrous tissue that is tendon. Then the two bones, how they will attach? The two bones are attached. Bone to bone attachment means two bones combined with one another with the help of a fibrous tissue known as ligament. Bone to bone attachment, or one bone is connected with another with the help of your fibrous tissue that is known as ligament. Okay, now this is what we can say ligament. Clear? Now let us talk about the next, cartilage and bone. So cartilage, again, it is a solid. Cartilage is what? It is the solid but flexible connective tissue. It is a solid but flexible connective tissue. Okay, and the matrix, as you can see, the matrix means the in between places. This place, it is known as what? Matrix. This is known as matrix. So this matrix is actually rich in chondrocytes. Rich in chondrocytes, they are the cells which are present in cartilage. Chondrocyte. Clear? And these cells are small in shape and that space is known as lacunae. Okay, and where it is located? These cartilage, they are located in the nose, ear, trachea, and of course, larynx. Now, if we will talk about the bone. So bone, it is solid and non-flexible. It is solid and non-flexible connective tissue. And the bone, as you know, that it is forming the skeletal system. It is the framework. It is the framework of the body. It is forming the framework that support the body. Clear? And it is white in color. All of you know this. Why? Because it is rich in calcium and phosphorus. The cells which are present in this figure, as you can see, some these cells. What are these? These cells are known as osteocyte. These are called osteocyte. And these osteocyte, they are arranged in a proper particular ring-like structure. And that ring-like structure is known as Haversian system. Haversian system, in which these bones, these osteocyte or bone cells, they are arranged in a concentric ring. Osteocyte, they are arranged in osteocytes, arranged in concentric rings. That is the speciality or peculiarity of a bone cells. Okay, and in between the places, there is a deposition of calcium and phosphorus. Deposition of calcium and phosphorus. What are they? They are the minerals. That's why you should drink more and more milk to increase the deposition. And this deposition is actually making the bone strong. Okay, now let us talk about the muscle tissue or muscle fibers. So in human, there are three types of muscle fiber. The first one is skeletal, then smooth, and cardiac. The skeletal muscles, they are also called striated muscles. Striated muscles means ऐसे धारियां बनी हुई. In your next class, you will study why these lines are there, why they are showing the striated fashion. And these muscles, they are attached to, these muscles are attached to the bone. That's why they are called skeletal muscles. And they are voluntary muscle. Voluntary muscles means we can control its moving or its movement. And they will get fatigue. हम इसको ज्यादा इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो हम ये हम लोगों को थकान आएगी. Why? Because of the lactic acid accumulation. When there is less supplies available inside the muscles, then due to anaerobic type of respiration, where the less amount of oxygen is there, then it will get fatigue. While if we will see the smooth muscles, you can see the shape. You can see the shape. Its shape is a spindle shape. Spindle shape, and it is involuntary. They are involuntary muscles. Means we cannot control the activity. So this is the spindle shape, as you can see in the figure. Yes. So these muscles, they are involuntary and they are located in the organs like your like stomach, then kidney, lungs. So these organs, they are continuously doing, even in intestine also, these are involuntary muscles are present and which are not in our control. Okay. but they do not get fatigue. Kabhi thakte nahi, the whole life they are working, but still they will never get fatigue. That is the speciality of these muscles. Now, if we will talk about the cardiac muscles, as you can see, these muscles, they are looking very similar to the skeletal muscles, but they are branched. That is the peculiarity, that they are branched. So, they are the cells, they are the muscles which are present in the cardiac or heart. They are present inside the heart. That's why they are known as cardiac muscles. And they are involuntary. You cannot control your heart because it is because it is having its own functioning control. Okay, so these are involuntary muscles, and they will also never get fatigue. They are again striated, but branched. Clear? And where they will present? Only in heart. Now let us talk about the nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, this tissue is present in the brain and the spinal cord. Brain and the spinal cord, let us label the various parts. So as you can see in the figure, it is the, so let us talk about nervous tissue or nerves. So these tissues are present where? They are present in nervous system. Nervous system means brain and spinal cord. So inside the brain and the spinal cord, you will see, in the nervous system, you will see these nervous tissues. Let us label the various parts. Nervous system, what are the parts of nervous system? You know, the brain and spinal cord. These are the two main parts of your nervous system. Clear? And what they will carry? They will carry the impulses or stimulus. These nerve cells, they will carry the stimulus, or stimulus means changes. It will study the changes and then it is sent to the brain, and brain will give the response to the various, it is carry the stimulus and impulses to the various parts of a brain. Okay, now let us study the various parts. This is, one is the peculiarity is that it is the longest cell of the human body, or even these are the longest cell. Clear? The first part, you can see the hair-like structure, they are known as dendrites. Clear? After that, this part is known as cell body. This cell body, it is having a proper nucleus is present. This nucleus is controlling the activity of nerve cell. And this tail part, this is known as axon. It will carry the messages from the cell body to the next one. And these are known as axon terminals or simple terminals. Clear? You can see some structure that is present, or you can see one sheet which is present around it. Then this sheet is known as myelin sheet. And this myelin sheet actually help in increasing the rate of movement of the impulses. Few places you can see it is absent. That is known as nodes of Ranvier. So the messages are actually coming from cell body. It is showing a jumping mode, means from one nodes of Ranvier to the next one and from next to. In this way, the message is jumping from one to another one. Yeah, so this is the structure of neuron. Now let us talk about the fluid connective tissue. Fluid means it is liquid in nature. So blood, even the lymph, they are the fluid connective tissue. And the blood, what is the color of the blood? All you know that it is red in color. Why? It is red in color because of special type of cell, RBC. Blood, it is composed of basically two things. The liquid part, it is plasma, and then few cells are present. What are the different cells? The three types of cells are RBC, WBC, and blood platelets. What is the other name for this? RBC. It is known as erythrocytes. It is known as erythrocytes. WBC, it is also known as leukocyte. And blood platelets, they are known as thrombocyte. Now, what are the functions? Erythrocyte, they help in transportation of gases. Transport of gases is possible due to RBC. The leukocyte, it will protect the body from the microbes or pathogens. Pathogens means the disease causing microorganism. And blood platelets help in blood clotting. If by chance you get injured, कहीं चोट लगी, खून निकलता है, बंद हो जाएगा because of blood platelets. Okay. Lymph. If we will talk about lymph, it is also a fluid connective tissue. It is very much similar to the blood. The only difference is that it is yellow in color. Why it is yellow in color? Because it do not contain RBC. But WBC is present in large quantity. It is also known as the forming the immune system of the body. Immune system means it will fight or it will destroy all the pathogen. It destroy the pathogen, and the main cells which are present in lymph, they are known as lymphocyte. They are two types, T lymphocyte cells and B lymphocytes. T lymphocyte and the another one is B lymphocytes. So in this way, we have finished all the various type of tissue in the human body. So students, that's all for today. Please like, subscribe and share the channel and stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.